with drafting the pattern, and then I'll take you through the whole process of creating them. So these are what we will be creating our reversible cotton face mask. Easy to use, will come with the elastic or ties to tie them. And then this is the fit of it to tighten them from the sides. Covers the whole of the face. It can be reversed. You can actually wash it for reversing the using it. So let's start drafting the pattern first. The pattern of the face mask can be created in two sizes. One is an adult and the other is a young adult. Young adult fits petite faces really well, but really an adult face mask can fit both the sizes pretty well. It really depends on the size of the elastic or the string that you're using. So for petite faces you can use smaller string or elastic, and for bigger faces you can use bigger ones. So we'll start with drafting the pattern for the adult one. So for So this is one fabric that we will be using for the mask, and the printed fabric is this one. So it would be a combination of both of these fabrics together. So we'll start by folding this fabric from the middle, and then putting the pattern over it like this. Marking it with the chalk. These are the wrong sides and these are the right sides, so we'll stitch from the wrong side. So we'll put it like this, stitch it from here, at 1/4. This and this. So as you can see, these have been ironed from inside and we've turned them around. Now I like to embroider on one side of it, especially generally the plain side, so we're going to embroider something over here. So this is what I have embroidered. Before we start stitching the fabric, we would cut this much of the fabric, like 1/4 of an inch of fabric from both these fabric from both the sides. So that is because we would be using the bias tape, and since bias tape is going to be used on the edges, there's no amount of fabric that is going inside, so that's why we need to cut. Make the pocket, the inside part of the fabric is going to be stitched. So we'll take almost 1/2 inch inside and stitch it from here. Generally I prefer the pocket on the right side, but it doesn't matter, you can give it on either sides. Now this part is going to be smaller, so it would need the pocket. So like this. Keeping the wrong sides on the outer parts, we're going to start stitching the here are the wrong sides of the fabric. We're going to pull the fabric inside out, and we're going to finish the edges with the bias tape. This is what the finished edge looks like. Now we're going to do the same with this edge. way we're going to finish these edges. This one to make the strings of it. So for making the strings, we are going to divide it into two. And now with one of them, going to again measure it and find the center. So this is the center. At the center, we're going to put on the center of the mask, and then we're going to stitch them together like this. Going to do the same thing on all of the edges. Now we're going to knot the edges of it, of the strings, like this. So here is your mask ready. Now I'll also tell you, if you want to add elastic to it, what you would be doing, where the steps would have differed were, you would have taken this inside. Everything would have been done through the bias tape, and then we would have taken this inside and stitched over here. Same on this side, stitched over here. So we would have measured the elastic for 8 inches, 8.5 inches. And then through a safety pin, we would have inserted it into the passage that would have been created. So something like this, with a safety pin or something. And then when it would have come out of here, we would have taken this edge and this edge and hand stitched at the edges so that they're locked, and when as soon as they're locked, we would have rotated them so that these edges would go inside and this part would have come out, and there we would have something like this. So if you really see, even these have raw edges inside. See, like this. This is the mask that we created today. It's all done.